You discovered the state of Salisa's condition. There's some sadder music here, at least some more generic music.
Was Wisconsin.
Yes. Zanzer had a moment where he hung out with her for a while and wept, and then kind of composed himself and came back upstairs. Meanwhile, the rest of you were discussing how to proceed with older Ravengard. Older Ravengard had mentioned that there were a few different struggles they were having, and the primary reason that he needed your assistance was that they had spread themselves too thin, trying to protect as many people in the city as possible. And the biggest things that he mentioned that were of interest for you guys as adventurers who can fix problems are the Shieldhall of the Hellriders, which was their base of operations on the same side of the city that you currently occupy with Ravengard. He says he can't really dispatch any of his guys to do anything about any of these problems because the Shieldhall is constantly sending dudes to harass his position at the High Hall. He also mentioned that there is a rumor of an artifact that he believes would be very helpful in determining how to get Elturel to go back to where it belongs, which is a helm, the Helm of Torm. And it was laid to rest. It's actually interned in a catacomb in the city's old graveyard, before the graveyard literally filled up with bodies and they had to start burying their folks outside the city walls. He also mentioned he was having a difficult time getting supplies, and there was danger of the men starving after a few weeks if they, even with military rationing, largely because there's about 100 survivors downstairs in various states of medical care that are also consuming food. And he can't go across the bridges to go get it, because the bridges are both occupied, and they don't even know where they'd go to get supplies on the other side of the bridges. One of you had mentioned that there were vampires in control of a large amount of supplies, and that seemed to interest him. However, you all discussed what you wanted to do next, and the consensus among the group was that you wanted to go and break the Shieldhall to free up Ravengard's men to assist you with other tasks. Is that still the direction that you all want to go?
Yes.
Yes. I think we went over it, and we were trying to figure out what would be the
best order of operations.
The best order of operations. PEMDAS, if you will.
That'll be the last time you ever got math on my table.
Math and D&D? What?
No.
What? Oh.
All my dice have letters on them.
What the fuck's a number?
Just as good or bad.
Well, also, we wanted to go to the Shieldhall because of, I forget her name. I want to say Ilsa Rael, but that was Murder of Baldur's Gate. Our little paladin friend.
Rhea Mantelmort.
Her. We wanted to see if we could figure out why the Hellriders were turning into evil devils. I mean, we sort of know why, but figure out how we can keep her from going down that same road.
Yeah. And Ravengard will say, we determined fairly early on that when the Hellriders are dispatched in combat, they rise again as devils. And so to protect them from turning, we armed them with missile weapons and stationed them in the back ranks.
We wrap them in bubble wrap. Stack them like cordwood in the basement.
Basically, hide them on the walls with bows and arrows, give them the excess armor. Let guys with tower shields go a little bit lighter on the actual full kit to protect those who are most likely to turn into devils in the back ranks.
So basically, if we continue to have Rhea in our party, it's going to be the world's longest and most miserable escort mission ever.
Yeah, sounds like it.
And
now everybody's coming around to the fact that she's a little shit. Okay.
Yeah, but if we kill her, then we have an extra problem.
I mean, she's a teenage girl. I mean, of course she's going to be a pain in the ass.
Really, being a devil might be
Can confirm.
So I guess the question then becomes, do we leave her here where she's not in any direct danger when we go out and do dangerous things? Or as we, the competent badasses in this region of hell, are we better protection for her than she's going to get here?
Ravengard, for what it's worth, if you decide to attack the Shieldhall, Ravengard wants to be a part of it. He says if we're going to try to break their headquarters, it will require all of our greatest warriors. If we are to leave her here, it would be with a garrison. It would be more...
He-Man, Bo Jackson.
Yes. Yep. Kiss. He says we'd leave behind the token garrison more to act as a distraction, as a foil. They send their forces to engage us at the gates. We pretend to surrender, giving us ample time to get into the Shieldhall and take it, while they waste their reserves against our walls.
Also, she's a teenage girl, so if we leave her here and tell her not to go anywhere, she's immediately going to leave by herself.
Yeah.
And she brings up
Maybe they have some emo music in the basement. She can just sit down there and
And you give her a bunch of
be
weed
sad.
Somebody buy her a pack of cigarettes.
Ye old chemical romance.
She'll go
and a
smoke
handle
behind
of
the
vodka.
gym.
I'm sure it's like some Smirnoff sweet shit.
Oh God.
She will bring up that she is trained in the use of a bow. But Ravengard stresses that both options for her are very dangerous because if you leave her behind, it's part of a staged retreat that is not guaranteed to have everyone come back alive. And if she comes with you to break the Shieldhall, it is literally the densest concentration of villains on this side of the map.
I'm kind of agreeing with my second assessment where, like, if we're getting all the big ass kickers in one place, she's probably safer there, surrounded by big ass kickers, than
Yeah.
here with, like, little baby ass kickers.
And
She's like, I
we've
do know how to
got
kick a big ass.
we've got multiple party members who are not necessarily in direct combat. So Nemea has answered.
Nemea, are you listening?
What?
She immediately hits Rhea.
Yeah.
The teenage girl should not be in direct combat.
It's fine.
You really want to leave a teenage girl with a tiefling, though? I mean, talk about a bad influence.
Yeah. One of them's already turned into a devil.
You turn around and we're both smoking weed.
You're wearing
Well, that's
Cookie
odd.
Monster pajamas to school.
Yep. Cookie Monster pajamas, black tank top, high ponytail with the little spiky ends of hair out there. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Terrible. Alright, so then that's...
Violence it is.
We're still waiting to hear what the plan is for Rhea. You're going to bring her with you?
I say bring her. I say bring her.
Yeah.
Let's bring her.
And then if she turns into a devil, we kill her and it's sad.
I mean,
Whatever.
she is a teenage girl, but she is old enough that she knows what is
Well,
going
and-
on.
Okay,
Like-
before we start making decisions, I mean, she's a teenage girl, but she's a paladin. Why don't we ask her what she wants?
Yeah,
Oh.
well, my point exactly is
That
like,
never dawned on the white guy to ask her what she wanted.
ask a woman what she wants.
Wow.
So yeah, what the fuck, Rhea? Like, are you?
What the fuck, Rhea?
What the fuck? We left you alone for 10 minutes and you're smoking weed with the tea. Where did you even get it?
Todd.
Yeah, Theo will say, like, you know, you know the risks. If you die, then you're going to be resurrected and we're going to have to kill you. Like,
And Rhea says, I swore my oath to protect the people of El Turel, and to the best of my knowledge, they'll be staying here in the triage center below the High Hall.
so you're staying here?
And she nods.
Alright.
And one of Ravengard's aides comes over and hands her a long bow, and it's about as tall as she is.
Oh, Jesus.
She gives it a couple of tests, because she's not, her upper body strength's not all there, so it takes her a while to get this string back. But
Well, she'll be up on the ramparts with a bow. I guess that's safer than, like, down the front line.
Just don't get killed. As much as I may seem like I want to, I really don't want to kill you. So, like, do us a favor and just make it a little easy on us and don't fuck it up. Stay safe, kid.
I will give her my basic shield, or no, she can't use the shield if she's using a bow. I will give her one of my potions of healing,
Okay.
and I'll say, use it well.
she will remain behind. Ravengard will come with you. He wants to bring his honor guard. There's like 6 dudes he wants to bring that are basically the dudes he brought with him from Baldur's Gate.
Chad,
Wait.
Tad, Thad.
Ravengard gets a
Glad.
+6? What is this? The worst planned wedding ever?
He makes any supplies they have available to you before you launch your assault. If there's anything that you need, mundane items, he has a pretty good stock of like weapons and stuff like that.
Well, I just got a new weapon, so I think I'm all set.
I'm trying to, like, see if there's any spells where I need, like, weird components or anything, but I think I'm okay.
Wait, can I get a lock of your hair? So I can cast Sighting? No, I'm bald.
Oh, fuck, I forgot I had that.
Yeah?
I have the shield master feat, and I just haven't used it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm...
Okay. Let me get some generic exploration music going here. That's better.
Oh, I still have my potion of heroism. So I'll make somebody chug that like a frat boy if we need it.
Oh, that was delicious. It tastes sort of like honey does. All right, on your way to the High Hall. Everybody roll for me a generic D20 roll. And if Zanzor is the lead, I want Zanzor to provide for me a perception or survival.
Perception is 17, and my D20 is a 2.
A 2. And generic for everybody else?
18.
15.
16?
All right.
Actually,
Oh my god, the hellhounds, they're here!
Okay, roll for me a D12.
No.
Do it now.
Fine. Make me! 4.
4.
I don't like how many pages he has in his hands.
Don't worry, it's
My
fine.
intimidation.
Okay. As you're making your way through the statuary in front of the High Hall, you also make your way through the Gardens of El Turel. The Gardens of El Turel were one time beautiful, but the transition into Hell has caused all of the leaves to fall from the trees and all of the woody growth to turn ashen gray.
Gross.
The branches actually tilt upwards towards the companion like skeletal hands.
Oh, I warn the party and anybody that'll be within earring range to not stare at the companion because that's bad.
Don't stare at the sun, kids.
Yeah.
It's turned people into mindless zombies.
Oh, like your girlfriend?
Oh.
Just cold.
I never said I was nice.
Do I have backstab on this character?
One honk for yes, two honks for no.
I mean, you probably don't even need to stab her. You could just push
Give
her
her a
into
gentle shove.
a very shallow puddle and she'll drown.
Nemea will probably trip over the sidewalk, break her neck, falling into a wheelbarrow. The wheelbarrow will roll down the hill and dump her into an open grave. That's
fireworks
No, it'll roll off the edge of El Turel.
Right into the river Styx.
Do a sick kickflip, though.
That I do.
Hidden amongst the branches and debris underneath these leafless trees is the body of a woman who looks like perhaps she's fallen on a sharpened branch, and the branch emerges from her abdomen, piercing her from behind and coming out through the front. And she lays skewered there in the Gardens of El Turel. And as you're seeing this grisly sight and the pool of blood beneath her and you're walking past, there is a flinch in one of the fingers, and it seems like there's actually still some life there.
Oh, Theo will immediately walk over, trying to figure out how he can pull her off of the branch and...
Okay. You can definitely give it a try. It's going to require an athletics check to lift her up.
Well, figure out even if that's a good idea to,
It currently seems to be stopping some amount of the bleeding.
Yeah. Fuck.
How thick is this branch?
The part that's protruding from her abdomen is about an inch thick.
Okay. Would it be doable for me to just snap the branch off from the tree?
You could.
Okay. I think that might be better than trying to take her off of
Yeah.
it so she doesn't bleed out.
Yeah.
Athletics check?
Yes.
And I will kneel by her side and sort of talk to her sort of soothingly. I'm helping by making sure she doesn't freak out and writhe and twitch and stuff like that.
When you get closer and get a good look at her, you can see she looks like a combatant, maybe one of El Turel's defenders.
Mm-hmm.
She's wearing armor. It's like an armored breastplate that has actually been punctured by this branch. She is also wearing some thick leathered pants that actually have a plate that runs up the thigh on both sides. And she has a scabbard hanging from her hip, but there's nothing in the scabbard. Or maybe she's been disarmed. What was the athletics check?
25.
And how about the dexterity saving throw I'm going to ask you to make?
Probably not 25. Probably, in fact, 19.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
When you snap the branch off, it is as if the tree comes alive in your presence. And piercing branches descend upon you, but you're quick enough to sort of scoop her up and step out of the garden. And it appears that they are quite limited in their reach. When you emerge back onto the cobbles, you have now the body of this woman with a broken branch piercing her right through the midsection.
How far out are we? Can we like bring her back and be like, we got another one, or?
It would be a pretty big hike. You're about halfway to the Shieldhall at this point.
Okay. I can cast Cure Wounds.
I have some lay on hands I could spare.
Yeah.
We could try to pull the branch out and then quickly lay on hands to try and staunch the bleeding.
Yeah.
I just imagine she's like honking in the background.
Her trachea is a little hosed because of the.
Yeah.
Those are her death rattles.
Alright, maybe you want to pull out the branch, because it's probably something...
Because it's pulling, and
it's
that's what
pulling,
the big strong guy does.
And that's what the big strong guy does, and I will, I guess, held action to...
One of you is going to do a medicine check for me,
Okay.
and it sounds like the other one is assisting.
Okay. So I've got a +4 to medicine.
That's way more than me. Enjoy my assessments.
Make it count. Motherfucker.
Did you roll both dice?
What? Oh, right. Helping. Haha. That's better.
Much better.
That's a
Much
17.
better.
Okay.
Yeah, we can share this so that you don't have to lose dice off the table.
So that your dogs aren't like plastic treats.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually a
I brought 2. Actually, that means I should have one.
You're not even mean.
Oh my god, I get a dice tray! This is so exciting.
Actually, yeah, I have another one here too. You I don't want to share with you anyway.
See, now there's actually value in the fact that we both
Share my
bought the
big
same
box.
on this dice box. It's actually a really nice dice box. It's
I should get a dice
quite lovely
tray.
for this purpose.
I guess I shouldn't be surprised, but I thought it was funny. We ended up buying the same thing for each other for Christmas.
Yeah,
That's adorable.
Isn't that
pretty
the-
awesome. Actually, the dice set's really nice too. I like the numbers are really big and chunky, so you can read them from a mile away.
I wish they were a little heavier.
Yeah, well, the plastic.
Yeah, but anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've got this like branch in my hand, and I'm like inching it out. She's like, stop, no, and I'm like, pull, no pull, I'm pulling.
Why don't you pull the thick end so the thin end comes out instead of pulling it the other way?
Here,
Yeah.
let me put my dagger in there. We'll use it to pry it out. Cut around the meat.
Well, literally just watch that last night.
Theo tells the one, we're going to do it on the count of 3. And he goes, 1, and on the count of 2, he gives you the high sign to...
That's good because I don't know what comes after too.
So the woman is not coherent, so she's not truly aware of what happens as this branch comes ripping out through her midsection.
Well, that's a mercy.
Yeah. There is like a wail of pain, but there's no recollection of anything on her eyes. There's no like gasp of air. There's no honk. And instead, she just bleeds profusely, allowing you the time to cast a spell to staunch the bleeding.
Cure Wounds.
It's going to take a total of 10 points of magical healing to keep her from bleeding out.
So why don't you throw Cure Wounds on her, and then I will, whatever we don't get, I'll get with Lay on Hands if it's needed.
Cool. Fuck. So that is... plus...
It's a pineapple?
I was gonna say.
no. So that is 3...
I jam a
4,
pineapple
5,
in her abdominal cavity.
6. So she needs 4 more...
4? Alright. And I'll dump 4 points of Lay on Hands on it to finish it off. The Lay on Hands is literally like, I'm like lighting up one finger at a time and cauterizing individual veins.
Ooh.
Yeah. She's still not coherent. She's going to need a good long rest before she's even remotely seaworthy, I guess. I don't know. But no, she is not well enough to be in any way mentally active or awake or mobile. And Ravengard looks to a couple of the honor guard, and they look around and they grab a couple of scattered branches about, and they will attempt to fashion.
Like a litter.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
I thought they were going to cover her up and hide her.
they put a
Buried treasure.
at the front door. Yeah. Bury her up to her neck and hide it.
Big X marks the spot.
I've got a winter blanket that they can use to sort of stretch between the two.
So yeah, they'll set up like a little rickshaw, and they basically look to you guys like, are we bringing her with, or are we gonna like 2 guys break off from the group to bring her back to the triage?
Can you spare 2 from your honor guard to bring her back? They will catch us up.
I'm loath to, but I can.
Or just maybe 1. Put her on piggyback style. Oh no, 2 would probably be better.
2 would be much better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought about that for a minute.
She's
She's
a
got
wheelbarrow,
an
you
abdomen wound, like,
Yeah, she's in bad shape.
Actually, you know what we can do?
just eat her back to the hall.
No, can I drape her over Sulfurion and give Sulfurion instructions to bring her back to the keep?
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool.
I don't really need the horse right now.
Who knows if she'll make it there, but cool.
And he at a full run, he can probably catch up to us by the time we're in.
He'll
any
probably have to
danger.
go pretty slow because she's draped over him with an abdominal.
Well,
But
Way
coming
back.
back,
Yeah.
he can fucking.
Yeah, you can book it.
He could be the big hero, and we all start fucking dropping like
Yeah.
flies.
Yeah, we're all getting our ass kicked. Suddenly, a horse kicks in the door. Mr. Head, we're saved.
with machine guns and a bandolier of bullets.
And a cigar.
Delightful. It's Traxigor riding him.
That'd be hot.
You guys playing shift, and he and the horse disappear. Fuck you.
Yeah, but I can just keep bringing the horse back no matter what he wants.
God damn it. Aside from this woman's condition, you do not encounter...
Hellhounds.
Well, maybe we do encounter.
but aside from that condition, you don't find anything along the way to the Shieldhall that is outside of the realm of what you consider to be ordinary in El Terrell in its current state. The outside of the Shieldhall is patrolled by multitudinous devils.
Cool.
In
Classic.
various states of devilry. Some of them still look more or less human from turning as original Hellriders. Some of
So
them,
they all look like they are Hellriders that turned into devils, though not like any sort of natural devil that we.
there are some larger devils about that look like they could have been devils for a lot longer, but you're not really sure how you would tell. It seems like when these Hellriders turn, what they turn into is arbitrary in some ways. Mm-hmm. You've seen them become what you would consider to be chain devils, barb devils, spine devils, all these different devil types you're familiar with. And it doesn't seem to be a lot of rhyme. Yeah, devil dogs,
Deviled eggs.
deviled eggs.
The New Jersey Devils.
Oh, that's where that sulfur smell comes from.
No, that's actually the horse.
That's actually true.
Devil ham.
Hey, you two, cut it out.
But yeah, you don't know that you would know how to tell if they were originally Hellriders or not.
That's fair.
But for what it's worth,
Well, they're probably wearing armor. That'd probably be a.
Yeah, that was my.
well, some of these devils are too large to wear human-sized armor.
Not where it counts.
It's cod pieces now.
It's a breastplate and it's just...
Yeah, just turn a breastplate into a codpiece.
Every time you get a boner, dong, dong.
Ding.
There's one guy's just. Pink.
Yeah.
And they all look at me. Look at me.
Yes. It looks like it is under patrol. Pretty heavy military-style regimented patrol with organized groups that go around the perimeter of the estate. The structure itself is only slightly smaller than the High Hall, and at its maximum capacity could store over 100 people. It also looks like whoever is in charge of the operation of this place is expecting an attack, and they have erected wooden barricades in front of the main doors. They have also set about to putting guards up on parapets with longbows and crossbows, and they've dug a ditch out in front, basically in the walkway that leads up to the main doors, so that a team could not come in with like a siege weapon and batter down the doors. It seems like basically as soon as this place fell to Hal, they would have started the work on converting this place into a defensive fortress.
Wooden barricades, you said.
Yes. Maybe with real bears.
Wait, God, can I? Guys, can I?
I mean, like...
Set it on fire? I mean...
Please.
So, okay, well, yes, but,
It is one of many options we have.
yeah. It does sound like this place is, very heavily guarded. Maybe
Legit?
opening up with a salvo of lighting their barricades on fire is not the way we want to start off this encounter.
It's a tool we have in our arsenal.
It's a tool we can use for later. Aha!
If you are going to go scout around, I will give you... I was going to give you guidance, but I forgot what character I was playing for a moment. I will give you a pat on the back and say good luck. We're all counting on you.
I had lasagna.
Thought I was Zircon for a moment. I don't know why. I think I just missed him.
Yeah, we all miss Zircon. Alright, so rather than do the whole map on the table, I'm just going to hand out a bunch of them and make you pick some.
Okay.
So pick 2, set aside the other 4. You're going to pick one of those at random. Same for you.
And I'm gonna set these aside, right?
You are blessed, you are blessed, you are blessed.
So yeah, pick 2 of
Pick
those,
2?
and then take a random one from what's left over. Well, you get to look at them first.
Oh.
Oh, I get to look at
Yeah.
them?
Oh.
Oh, okay. That was not clear to me.
You take them all. Take them all. Take them all.
Oh, take them all.
Take them all.
You're not clear.
And then-
Jesus. You gave me the shittiest hand to ever give to somebody.
well, it's sorry. I just wiped. So
Practicality, smoothness, practicality.
Did you even shuffle these?
you heard me do it. You made fun of me for
Smoothness. Practicality.
Team not getting this skill challenge done.
Yeah.
I got 3 cards that are charisma checks. With this fucking character with his -1.
Well, I could.
Fail game.
I could really fuck us up, but it could be really. You know what? No, I'm gonna do it.
Alright, so
Remember, some are different risks, so you can always pick up.
yeah, I'm just gonna take low
the
risk
thing is,
ones.
it's like I have pretty decent on this, so I'm tempted to take it for mobediness.
Mopediness.
That is the technical term.
And then you said you want us to take one out of what's left over?
yeah, you're going to pick 2 of them of your choice, and then you're going to take a random one from what's left over.
So shuffle the other 4 up and just grab the top one. Or the bottom one. Or the middle one. I don't give a fuck. I'm not your mom.
Let's see. In your cards today, we have the 7 of Swords.
Oh, god damn it. Fuck. Critical smoothness. Yeah, this will go well.
Whatever, maybe you're smooth. We don't know.
Hi, it's me, Theo.
You're probably wondering how I got it.
No, T-pose.
I mean,
What? T-Bane. Alright, Zanzer, you had the first question. What do you got for me, buddy?
So just refresh my memory. What are we doing here?
It's going to be a skill check using anything on the card. You have to use all 3 cards.
Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do what I wanted to do, but we'll use this card, which is reconnoiter and use an investigation check to see if I see of another way to assault this keep that maybe is less protected, or maybe the devils haven't thought of. And I'm gonna do investigation, and it's critical. Critical. And you said bless doesn't work on skill checks, right?
it does not, but, in case you fuck up.
And we have
Nice.
to fight or something.
If
I don't see that happening.
it's good.
Seems like a stretch.
21.
21.
Oh,
Did
shit!
you Hercules reference?
Yes.
Nice.
Gross.
It's gonna be good.
Not for long.
Yeah. The outer walls are actually in some state of disrepair. It looks like the transfer of the city from where it was to here has wreaked some havoc on the outer walls. The structure itself is solid, and you see that they have put defenses in front of places where there were once windows. Actually breaching the keep looks like you'll have to go in through the main gates, but the walls can be circumvented, and that will at least allow you to get around the ditch they've dug and the majority of the patrols that are going around the walls if you're very discreet about it. There's also a high hill on one side of the structure that allows you a better look inside to the courtyard area, where you can see as the patrols are making their loops around, you can get a good feel for how often they're going through. And it doesn't appear to be at like weird caustic intervals, it's really regular.
No, waffle. Yeah. Okay.
Next.
I am going to use... I forget which way it goes. Perception is like physical...
Perception's looking at stuff, and insight is reading
like
people.
Reading people, okay. I am going to use my insight to see if there's anyone on the patrol who's like kind of bored with what they're doing or just like not paying attention or anything like that. Someone that would be easy to pick off, basically.
Okay.
And this is critical smoothness.
Critical smoothness.
That's an 18.
Okay.
Hey.
You spot
hey.
Nemea. She probably doesn't get
Shit.
it. Bored. So blow shit up.
It doesn't look like you have anybody who's just truly disinterested. But you do see that there is someone who is like gritting his teeth and grimacing a little bit, and you start to pick up on the fact that they are obscuring an injury. And it's one of the back of one of the patrols, and he seems to be... There's nothing about his gait that's betraying it, just his facial expression. He's clearly in some kind of pain.
And I point him out to the group.
I'll have a go at this.
The goat.
So while we're doing our creeping around and scouting, I imagine being Hellriders, they have some sort of mounts or steeds, probably a stable set up, something like that. While we're sneaking around the stable, the horses start to get a little bit spooked, and I'm going to use animal handling to sort of calm the horses so they don't give us away.
Nice.
It's low risk, and that is actually going to be a 17.
Good enough. You know horses.
I've met one.
You've mounted a few beasts in your day.
I've ridden some horses, too.
Yep.
So we've snuck past the horses. We found that there's an ouchie man. Okay.
Ouchie man.
Ouchie man.
I was going to say, is that a city in Vietnam?
So using my critical knowledge, being the, pew pew shitlord magic person that I am, I want to know if there is anything magical that we cannot see that could work as an advantage or a disadvantage against us.
Okay.
Using Arcana. Critical knowledge. So that's going to be a 12.
You detect a distinct lack of magical presence throughout this area that you're scouting. And you believe that it means that they must not be proficient with the arcane arts.
Okay.
Round 2. Fight!
Cool. I'm going to use my medium risk practicality to make a survival check and see if there's like a clearer path, like any, if Boone's been digging in the ground around, to see if there's a path we can get through where we won't like bust up ankles or like trip over stuff or anything like that. Getting through.
Okay.
17, sir.
What you see is that the interior of the walls actually contain a garden that looks remarkably similar to the gardens that you passed on the way here. Skeletal hands reaching towards the sky, knobby ashen gray wood. And they have also lost their leaves. However, the leaves are piled up and dry. You spot an area where it is overgrown with roots and briars, but there are no crunchy leaves. And you suspect that you could avoid making noise if you were willing to brave the briars.
Don't set them on fire.
Even though fire and briar do rhyme, so it'd be extra good.
Like, let's not draw attention to ourselves by walking through the crunchy leaves and instead make a huge bonfire.
I mean, it was hell.
Nah, sounds good.
Smells like October.
October and hell.
All right.
Very
I would
scenic.
it's a low risk. I'm going to do. I guess history is one of the things on there. Can I use history in a way to say, okay, where would they place? I don't know. Maybe that doesn't make sense. But where do they place? Siege weapons or anything like that? Would I be able to kind of know where they might be placing siege weapons and where their range might be? And I'm a little leery of.
I feel like it would be a stretch if you weren't from
far.
here, but you're from here, so it makes sense to me.
Okay.
They literally would have taught you this in school in Elturel, so.
That's a 4. Yeah,
Alright.
that's. But it was only low risk.
You didn't pay attention in school.
No.
You were off doing ranger shit.
Yeah.
Smoking behind the shed.
The ranger would be growing it for other people smoking in the shed.
That was
He's
druids.
smoking it out of a hollowed out squirrel.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Are the rangers and the druids like two cliques that get along, or are they like the jets and the sharks? Like,
I feel like they're adjacent. They don't hang out, but they would team up against
You're like-
somebody else.
I feel like it'd be one of those like split among gender lines. Like all the girls go to druid school and all the boys go to ranger school, but they all end up hooking up
Then
anyway.
we swim across the lake at the camp.
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
Port.
Yeah. Steal their leafy bras.
Bra, what's a bra?
By pork, you mean fakin, right? Because they're all vegans.
We go over there to cucumber.
So there's
I didn't know water her melons.
so there's the briar patch that we could go through for sneaky mode if we're quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything sort of like opposite that area? Like, is there anything like in the other direction?
It appears that there's like a horseshoe-shaped garden that goes around the interior courtyard.
Okay.
And unless you go through the main gates, you're going to have to go through at least part of the gardens.
Okay. Because I'm trying to think, is it's like I have low risk knowledge, and I'm wondering if I can do some thaumaturgy bullshit in a way that is distracting to them, that gives us a little bit of a leg up on our sneaky sneaks.
That to me sounds more like a deception, more
Okay.
like a smoothness kind of
Okay.
thing.
Cool. All right.
I got you, boo.
Oh, nature. Nature's cool. I guess I'll do a nature check to see like if there's a mow.
A Moe's?
A
What do you want, a
quiet-
burrito?
Like always.
We'll go to Moe's if they catch us because somebody's yelling at Moe's in the garden.
Why does it smell like farts? Is it because we're in hell? No, there's a Moe's over there.
Yeah, so I'm wondering if I can use nature to more effectively navigate us through part of the garden.
I will allow you to make a nature check to negate some of the penalty of going through the briars if you so choose to do so.
Okay. Yeah. All right, I'll do that. Low risk. Low risk, guys.
risk.
Low risk. And that's gonna be a 12.
Noted.
All I gotta do is get above a 10, right?
No.
Sort of. Oh, fuck. It's
Interesting.
low risk. It's low.
Interesting theory. All right.
All right, I am going to.
At the conclusion of your cards, by the way, you will make it to the gates. So just
Okay.
bear that in mind.
I am going to. I'm going to pull older Ravengard aside, and we're going to have a quick tactical conversation. And I'm trying to convince him of the wisdom of letting us sneak through the briars, while he creates like a distraction by coming the loud way, and we'll try to outflank them. He's a little bit resistant to this plan. He wants to keep all of our forces together, and I'm trying to argue the other way. So I'm using persuasion to try and persuade him our idea is better. I'm stretching to try and figure out how to make these cards work.
It's cool, though. I like it.
Please don't bite my book.
11.
11. Older Ravengard has some history of winning arguments.
And he thinks I'm a big dumb bitch.
I'm a fucking duke by not winning arguments.
Yeah.
Yeah, you work for me, remember? Oh, wait. Shit.
I'm not
What's
the
your
very
name?
well.
Dragomir!
What's my name? Daddy!
Well, hey,
Big
I
Daddy
came out here to have a
Ravengard.
good time, and honestly,
Yikes.
Big
Honestly, I'm
Daddy
feeling so aroused right now.
Stop, you're making me wet.
It's fine. I'm just choking.
Like sweaty cod in here.
Dragomir, why is the armor like the greaves and stuff like that? Why is it all rusted?
You take your helmet off and steam is just pluming out.
He bends the steel.
Yeah.
Alright, who's got cards left?
I've got one more. Am I the only one with one more left?
I've got
No,
one
we
more
got one
left,
more left.
but I think it is what I am planning is sort of a should probably go last.
I was also thinking maybe I should go last. I think we're all like, I'm going to fail this, so I want to be the last one so that it leads right into combat.
I don't fail this.
Well, I think she's got an idea. So
I wait a minute. I have a plan.
I get another shot.
I have a plan.
Just needs
Those are
more
no
soul
roll
coins.
No, the thing I want to do is a distraction, so it's probably the thing that needs to happen before we go.
Go pew pew mode.
do we all want to lay our cards out on the table, as it were, and just say what we're
Yeah, come up
we're
with your shit
planning?
as a group.
Okay, then you start and we'll go on the table.
My plan is to use my low-risk smoothness to use deception and start a fire in the gardens, so we can sort of... boop.
All right, mine was medium risk performance. I was going to just flex and just whatever barricade they have, just like hoist it over my head. Because they're all gonna be looking at the gate. No one's gonna be looking at the wall.
I mean...
You could never bring in a wall.
I'll put it on tea for you. It's a portcullis that they've dropped over the main gate of the keep.
There you go. I'm just going to bench.
You're gonna physic this.
I'm going to deadlift it.
Portcullis no less dos. If some of them are going to put out the fire and some of them are going to the portcullis, that's less guys that you have to fight.
True, but in order for it to be performance, people need to be watching me,
Yeah.
or else it doesn't make sense. It's just an athletics check.
Okay, so I should go before you, so they have time to... and then...
I was going to use my medium risk practicality to do a medicine, like, try to far away medicine check and see who the weakest are. So see who we could pick off first, potentially.
Well, there was that guy who was injured,
The injured
that I
guy.
pointed out to you.
I want to see if there's anybody else who's, like, not on good footing as well. Like, maybe a little more, less obvious on good footing.
I guess the best I don't know what I'm going to do with this, but the best I got is insight check to see is there one of these doofuses in charge more than another one of these doofuses. Maybe just snipe that guy right at the start.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's in
Chaos!
charge? Who's in
All right,
charge?
are we all
I
rolling
wanna-
at once?
Let's all roll at once.
All right,
I
I'll
feel
roll
like
at
that's
once.
how this is going to go off.
And
Yeah,
then you're going
let's
to tell
just
me a
do
little
it.
story, but I'm going to grab another beer while you're doing that.
Can you grab
I
me
think
one?
that's. I think that works, and that'll
Yeah.
just, instead of us, we've all said what we're gonna do.
All four idiots have their plan, and they're all going to do it all at once. 2, 1, go.
Oh.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. This is,
Okay. I mean, I got a 16.
16's
3, 4, 5.
So I end up with a 6.
Oh, you learned how to count past 2.
So everybody beefed it, except for the wizard, which is a shocker.
So I hope.
Well, you
the
have the
enemy-
benefit of an actual education. The rest of us didn't.
I hope the
Nemea
end of the
taught
line.
herself-
or I hope the
Nemea
other side
homeschooled
just
herself.
bursts out laughing and we still
For what we know.
You just caper at the front door.
No, we actually fail so hard they literally do not notice us.
They're all too busy pissing their
Who are
pants
these
black.
All right. Weave me a little yarn, folks. Who's going first in their issue?
So I'll go first as the person who rolled the lowest with my total 3 deception. And Theo is like ready to be like set stuff on fire on the far edge of the thing and realizes he's not the wizard. So he just has a tinderbox. Does not work.
Nice.
You have to get very close to the trees in order to try and use this tinderbox. And when you do, one of these lashing branches comes spiraling out from the trunk of the tree.
One of those
Motherfucker.
fucking Wizard of Oz apple hurling assholes.
And you take 7 points of piercing damage.
7 points of piercing damage, you say?
Yes. Although having seen it pierce a woman before, or seen the aftermath of it, you at least are not restrained by the tree.
No saving throws or anything like that? Just
Nope, just
take it.
damage.
Just take it right up the ass.
Take it!
Yeah. Penalty
Okay.
for failing a skill
You
check.
take your penetration and like it.
Thank you, Daddy Bab!
Well, the Ravengard's over there.
I'll make mine real easy. Exactly what I said. I go to lift the portcullis and no one's watching, so I stop.
Guys!
Oath of conquest, baby. If I don't have an audience, it ain't worth doing.
Guys, look at my biceps. Why is nobody looking at my biceps?
I oiled quads just for you, and nobody looks.
And Theo's like, I'm watching.
You're laughing. I'm lifting the portcullis, and you're laughing.
So you also failed. We have lots of failed here, so we're going to do some damage for you.
Lots of fail.
You're going to take 10 points of damage. You try to go lifting it halfway
And he
up.
throws out his back.
Your legs and back are sore, and you've been holding it for a while, and nobody's watching, and you drop it down, and you're like, ow.
God, I hate to do this. I'm
You
gonna
drop it on your foot.
Stone's Endurance my fucking skill challenge.
Yep.
Because this is
what's
goddamn ridiculous.
It's okay. All the damage is to your ego.
Alright, I don't take any damage, which is nice.
Excellent.
But Stone's Endurance used up on a skill challenge. Not the way I want to start this.
Nope. All right, Zanzer.
Well, I don't know how we're going to do this, but I meant to try to find the guy, spot the guy who was the leader of the group, and I just picked some schmuck. I can't tell them apart. Is my problem. I can't tell these people apart.
They
'cause
all
I
look
only rolled a
double.
6. They
All doubles look the same to you,
I just
Whitey.
So you accidentally shoot a man?
Yeah. Nice.
I shouldn't get hurt for your ball.
I'd be happy to roll. Can I get advantage on that roll?
Oh, yeah.
Ow!
Yeah. So I will say, yeah, you fail your insight, but you still shoot a guy in the face, which goes great, except that devils aren't, like, they're hardier folk, and the arrow goes right into the jaw, not the back of the head, and this devil comes over to you and starts throttling you
Nice.
with a spiked gauntlet, and you're going to take some damage from it
Delightful.
before you're able to dispatch him. He's going to do 6 points of damage to you.
Okay.
This is not how I pictured it.
It's a shocker.
What? We made a plan and it didn't go the way we thought it was going to go?
And then the mayo.
Well, I rolled on a medicine check to try to find the weakest among them to tear them down, and I figure I spot the guy you had, and then I pretty obviously spot fucking Arrow Jaw over here. Anybody else that I might see that looks a little, like, less...
Yeah,
less
Xandra
healthy?
looks pretty less healthy.
Yeah, there's the three of us being like, ow!
And I'm just like, well then.
I pulled in muscle in my butt.
Or, well, no, I already said what I was going to do, so I shouldn't go back on that. Never mind.
Alright, rock and roll. So yeah, you see both of these guys, and it's your narration. You tell me how that goes.
Can I attack them or no? Can I
Yeah, I'm going to make you do attack rolls. It's a skill thing, so just narrate what happens.
So I look over at the guy that's throttling Xanzer, and I go, oh, for fuck's sake, and I just fireball the... Oh, no, I doubt because he's a devil. I
spawn.
You don't fireball
I
him.
walk over to the guy, and I clap his hand on the shoulder, and I go, listen, and I shocking grasp the guy who's attacking Xanzer.
A parade of blue sparks goes over your head, and this guy just topples over.
Nice. I hate these guys.
These guys suck.
Nazis.
We're still not friends, but you're like...
Alright. But that does bring you to the main gates, and at this point, bad dudes are aware that you are here. So is
Cool.
Older Ravengard. He's here.
Cool,
Is
cool,
it time to
cool.
roll for initiative?
It's time to clear some table space.
Ooh. Ooh.
By
Oh!
putting your beer on top of your character.
Yes, so we have a lot of villains on the table.
Belands.
Yes. Yes.
Belanes.
Including this hot-looking asshole. Who's this?
That is Older Ravengard.
Oh!
Oh, he is hot.
Nailed it!
Oh, yeah, motherfucker.
Yeah, no, I'd hit that.
Good coloring.
Hi.
At some point I have to ask you about maybe
Hi, guys.
but I'll do that when we're not in the middle of a game.
Yes. Oh, that's...
Looks like you have the right to bear arms, too.
Yeah.
I will pay Minnie when she arrives.
So, you are slow. Roll initiative, please. Fucking dorks.
Let me get my buddy over there. I'm gonna use the sparkly dice.
Good tunage.
Ooh, that's not good.
Okay, I rolled it, but it came out of the thing and it was a 20.
What is it now?
It's a 20, but it hopped out of the box, so does it count?
Yes.
Dargamir?
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as
Okay.
it's not on the floor.
Cool, then it's a 22.
10.
Sanser.
14.
Oh, I am first.
For now.
Nemea heard that there's wooden shit she could possibly set on fire, and it's
Cool.
Don't know if I'm gonna be able to light a fire with how fucking drenched I am.
Yeah.
it's okay, you're not rubbing your legs together like a cricket.
Oh, there's still one more.
Bitch.
We got the WAP. We got that wet ass party.
Macaroni and cheese.
Wet ass tiefling. Fleetwood mac and cheese.
Our roll 20 game on the opposite Saturdays with the aggressive mac and cheese noises.
Oh, yeah.
Do it. I don't want to know.
I don't wanna know.
It was pretty funny.
I don't know what you three cretins get up to in your other Saturdays.
I'm pretty sure you can imagine.
Mostly Plumpkin jokes.
I hear those.
You can't unhear them. Okay. Here's how this is going to work. If you have Older Ravengard adjacent to you, you're going to get a +2 bonus to your AC.
Hi, Daddy.
Maybe sniping.
And you gain resistance to piercing damage as he uses his one functional arm to raise a tower shield in your defense.
Wow.
This is fun.
And we will have Older Ravengard go on... let's do Zanzer's initiative.
Okay.
Right in the middle.
Weird.
Okay, also... Where is my fucking paladin?
It's in the Paladin section.
Assuming it didn't launch itself out of the book.
A bit of a lay of the land for as you guys are breaking into this compound. First off, place yourselves Anywhere within 1 square of the entranceway of this red carpet.
Somebody please.
Oh, do we have to avoid the paparazzi? Is gonna
No,
end
they're
with
dead
a
outside.
smashed up car and a whole bunch of conspiracy
The
theories.
Ravengard's dead. You lose all your buffs.
Damn it!
Well, it didn't say you had to be alive. You just have to be adjacent to it.
That's true.
Is there any high spot nearby I can go into? You said there was a hill, but I don't know if we're far,
It's outside of the
too
building,
far.
and they've boarded up the windows.
Oh, and what do I have to roll to make sure I can maintain concentration on spells if I get hit?
Constitution saving.
Con save.
All right. So a bit of a lay of the land. This entryway that we're walking into is a vestibule. It's a receiving room. It's sort of set up like a miniature museum. There is all sorts of like random shelving units, mostly busted glass now that the place has basically earthquaked itself apart. But there are still some various relics of the Hellriders that are in there. Looks like anything that's actually of like military tactical use has already been utilized, so there's a lot of empty spots on the shelves. But it would have been set up as like some sort of a look at our cultural history kind of section. And these little alcoves that you see on the inside walls here have these tables that extend into both the main hall and into the vestibule. And they're covered with various tchotchke of historical significance. So like ewers, that's for Paul. There's like a prone shield, there's a dulled sword. Just stuff to be like, this is what we did when we went to hell, and it was great. It's set up to look like a museum. However, a bunch of wooden displays from inside this museum have been cobbled together into what you see in front of you here in the main entrance, which is a couple of large, sturdy barricades, behind which 2 creatures are staged with long spears. They have tall shouldered armor. They look very hunched down and squashed down, so they're only about 5'5", but the armor extends well above where their neck and head are. And covering their entire face is a mask that looks like a bronze cast of a baby's face.
Gross.
I think I'm going to hit him with a hammer.
Zanzer, because your perception is humongous, you can also detect the presence of 2 fiends on the opposite side of these little museum displays, which appear to be hellhounds.
Okay.
And they are being sort of held to heel by these creatures with baby face masks. Inside the main hall, you can catch a glimpse of some devils standing on top of these platforms. It looks like scaffolding, like a painter's scaffold has been set up. And at the top of those platforms, they have armed themselves with crossbows, as well as paint buckets. So, Home Alone style. It appears that what they are doing is there are a large number of panels that are high up inside of this room that are designed to look like stained glass or tapestries, but they're actually painted on the wall. And a lot of them depict various scenes of holy stuff, and they are painting over them with all sorts of heinous, sacrilegious, hell-based nonsense.
I'm trying to get some penises. Yeah, I get it.
And lots of devil shit.
Dicks and penises.
Yeah.
Yeah. The little pieces that I...
Big penis with a little dick.
A dick butt with a dick
A
penis.
vagina.
All the little tapestries that I've glued in place, those are actually here, and they do depict what they appear to depict from the printouts. Also, there is this gigantic brazier of burning coals up on top, and I had to tie it off, so I couldn't extend the chain. But it is actually tied off to a winch that's down on this side here, and could be lowered. Standing behind the altar is a creature wrapped up in thick iron chains, and he appears to be doing some
Is that
sort
the guy
of...
you put back there?
Yep.
Okay.
He appears to be doing some sort of heinous hooba-jooba bullshit back there. You're not really sure what the hell he's doing because none of you are devil worshippers yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I should point out a few things. These guys with crossbows that are up on the top here, those are just painter's scaffolds, and they look to be hastily erected of like wooden supports that have been repurposed.
There's lots of smashable stuff in here.
Interesting.
We could drop that chandelier on some motherfuckers. We could knock the scaffolding down.
We have a tiefling who's good at setting things on fire
And shattering things.
and shattering things.
So I should hit her with a hammer first?
You mean shit hitter?
Shitter. Hit her in the shitter?
All right. So that's the lay of the land.
Are these walls all the way across?
Yes, I just put
Just
the
not there.
inserts there because otherwise we wouldn't be able to see into the room.
Okay.
And let me just mark down who is who on my sheet here because I have a lot of bad guys.
And we can see through these little things. I can.
You can, yes. Yeah, they
Can
used
I
to
get a
have
shot
glass.
through it? Okay, I can shoot through them.
You
if I
can.
want.
You know, they used to have glass, but the glass has since been broken from the transfer of location.
Okay.
So let me just get this. This is villain.
And I see you've drawn on 2 doors in the back there. I assume those doors are functional and More bad guys could come through the doors?
It is certainly possible. I couldn't possibly tell you that.
No.
No, that would be ludicrous.
Yeah.
But you can confirm that,
Yeah, shame if someone
in
set
the
them on
actual
fire.
in the actual chapel, the doors are more than just drawn onto the wall.
Yes.
Okay.
You know,
All right.
It's a
So
knife.
at the top of the order, the first ones to act are going to be these baby-faced armored figures. And what they do is a held action with a long spear. The first person who comes within range of the long spear is getting shanked. Moving on to Nemea.
Like,
I'm moving into the spear.
well, here's the thing: is like I'm behind Elder Ravengard right now, so I feel like casting Mage Armor would not be my best move. Yeah, I'm gonna fireball something. I don't have fireball prepared. I just have firebolt. So
I'm the devil on the devil's shoulder.
ASMR. What? Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to... What's the range on this? Oh, 120 feet? Shit, yeah. What I'm going to do is I'm going to lob a firebolt into this scaffolding right here.
Okay.
To try to get that to be, like, you know, on fire.
Sure. Roll to hit.
Let me just make sure I know what all my spell stuff is.
And I rolled a 16 on my con save, so I presume that means my concentration is still up.
Oh, for your
less.
bless, yes.
That's going to be a 9. Oh, but do I get a bless on that?
You do. You bless up.
Can I get a bless?
Let me just add a... Well, it's a 10, so...
All right. It strikes the corner. You can roll damage. Keep track of it. You have 5 rounds left of bless.
Mm-hmm.
Damage... Oh, damage on the thing?
Yeah.
Oh, neat. Cool. I didn't know that was a thing I could do. 1 damage.
Okay. Yeah, you
of
singed some of the
fire.
wood, but it has not caught. You're going to need something bigger than that.
A flammable object hit by the spell ignites if it isn't being worn or carried. I did technically hit it.
Yep. And I'm going to tell you 1 damage ain't going to cut. So how do you like that? All right, Dragomir is at the front of the party. A couple of heavy crossbow bolts, in fact 3 of them, are launched at Dragomir.
Okay.
15, 10, and 18.
18 will hit.
All right, so the 18 is going to deal to you 11 points of piercing damage.
Ow.
That is actually all they're going to do up there. They just take up defensive positions and wait it out.
Gotcha.
Next up is, let's see, held actions go off that you don't see. Then Zanser. You and Ravengard go.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and shift over here a little bit, and I'm going to try to target one of these crossbow shooters
Okay.
that just shot at Dragomir.
All right.
And before I do that, I'm going to use my bonus action to Planar Warrior so I can do force damage.
Cool. Are you at short or long range?
So longbow is 150 feet. Is short range.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, you're within short range then.
Yeah. I'm just trying to remember how many dice I use. I'm not getting sneak on this. Oh, I get my bless though. It's gonna be a 28 to hit,
Oh
Yes.
yeah. Yeah, that's gonna do it.
and that'll be 3 force and 9 piercing. I guess
force.
the first one here, the
Okay.
frontistmost.
The frontistmost.
crossbow doofus.
3 and 9, so it's going to be 3 and 4, 7 points. Copy that. All right. That was it. Is there anything else on your turn?
I'm gonna try to. I don't know if I can. I'm gonna try to. I guess move this way so that maybe he can't shoot me back. Find a place that maybe I can get some cover from them shooting me back.
Yeah, you can use the outer walls of the keep, basically. Oh, Dragomir, when you took that damage, you were next to Elder Ravengard. You have a resistance to piercing.
Oh, excellent. Oh, doesn't he give me a +2 to AC as well?
Yes.
Then I take no damage.
All right, well, fine. Fuck you.
No, fuck you!
Fuck me?
Theodosius.
Can I see
Oh,
this?
no, Elder Ravengard didn't go.
Oh yeah.
Do you want him to do anything?
I mean...
I mean, I want him to do a lot of things.
yeah,
but,
like a
in a
swimsuit
combat-
calendar?
I want him to read 50 Shades of Grey. And
Well, want to torture him. We'll never tell.
Slathering himself with baby oil. Actually, I mean, I hate to say it, but maybe just sitting here and being our buff bot is probably his best use until we're actually in the room proper.
he's
Yeah.
putting the buff in buff bot. Can I see this dude behind the altar?
You can. He's quite a good distance away, but you can see him.
He's exactly 60 feet away, I do believe.
Okay, then.
I cast Sacred Flame.
All right. Dex saving throw, right?
Yep. And he is wrapped in chains?
He's wrapped in chains. Dex saving
Is his
throw.
name Alice?
Does he have magic resistance? Yes, he does.
Is his name?
Okay, so he has magic resistance. Good to know. Good to know.
He crit.
Fuck.
Critical fuck.
Okay.
It was a good try.
Good thing it was a cantrip. Like,
Yep. Easy come, easy go.
emphasis on the come.
All on his chains?
There's always emphasis on cum.
Always emphasis on cum.
And there's always cum on emphasis.
That's okay. Well, now I know
Oopsie.
this. Now we can do things with this.
And I will cast Healing Word on myself as my bonus.
Good choice.
Major armor should be a bonus. Major armor should be a bonus.
Woo!
But that's okay.
I heal up that wound that I got from the fucking tree.
Alright, on the villain's initiative, he takes a couple lengths of chains off of his body and he stands them up, and they actually stand upright on their own. And then he casts some sort of magic spell, and you can see that there's this wash of purple energy that goes over them, and they start growing these wicked-looking barbs and horns. And they now are like swaying and moving to his beck and call as he manipulates them, and they start to move through the room.
Ye old backup
Closer
dancers.
to your position. These upright snake-like lengths of chains covered in sharp barbs.
It's like the Muppet Show version of Rubber Band Man.
Wacky waving arm inflatable tube man.
Wacky waving danger chest boys.
All right, that is what he do. Dragomir, open up a can of Will Pass with Johnny Hammer time.
Yes. Okay.
Rip it!
Sorry, I can't see over these things from where I'm sitting.
Dragomir, it tastes pretty good.
Thanks. First of all, I'm going to bonus action Shield of Faith. And then I am going to move up within striking distance of this barricade, and I believe you have a held action that needs to go off.
I do. I spear you with my spear and magic helmet.
Or do you?
It looks like I probably do. That's a 20 to hit.
Shit.
Yeah, that does it.
Okay.
Second
D10 plus
jinx
4. 9 points of slashing damage.
Got it.
And I said spear earlier. It's actually halberd.
Okay, that explains the difference in damage type. So I have the Crusher feat. If I target the barricade with an attack and I can shove it 5 feet, can I say that I'm like smashing the bits of broken barricade at this dude?
I will allow it, but it's going to be not for a lot of damage on him. It's mostly going to get the thing out of the way.
Fine. I'll take it. Mostly I just want to knock down this barricade.
Do you hear the devil
11.
sing?
AC 10.
Okay.
It's not moving.
All right. I will opt not to smite the barricade. For still a shitload of damage. 15 points of damage.
Wow, 15 is actually great. Okay, so you're going to be able to shove it.
Okay.
You want to smash the guy with it? That's sort of the goal?
Yeah, I mean, I want to get it out of the way is the main goal, but if I can distract this guy or do some damage to him, even better.
Sure, so 15 is not enough to destroy it outright, but you definitely move it as you want.
Okay.
I'm going to make a dex saving throw for the guy that you're trying to hit with the barricade. Mm-hmm. He has a very low roll, so give me a d4 plus 1.
Okay. 2 total.
2 points, reduced to 1 by his resistances. But yes, you do hit him with the barricade, and like, if a creepy baby brass mask could be like, what the fuck? That's what's going on.
Gotcha. And then, you know what? I'm very exposed where I am, but I open up the door, so I feel like that's good enough. His reaction was his held action, right? You can't take another reaction?
Correct.
All right. Then I'm just going to step back behind the wall.
The Shield of Faith concentration?
It is, I want to say.
Make a check, son.
Check, son. Check, please.
Babies. Unbaptized babies.
I check. I'm good.
Ugh. Yuck.
All right.
Are we ordering food?
What?
You got him.
Oh my god.
Don't make me reach into my vault of dead baby jokes. They're tasteless and horrible.
Like most babies. All right.
Not enough marbling.
Not enough marbling at all. All right. All right, so this guy who is standing on this side, is going to scoot over here
Hey.
into your threatened space,
What a dick.
and he's going to try to bonk you with a halberd.
Okay.
He's going to miss terribly.
Good.
But his buddy is going to come over here and hit over his friend's shoulder on you
Okay.
with a halberd. That's going to be a 20 total.
That'll hit.
All right, you're going to take some damages. Huh.
Zanzar, I found some targets for you.
Nice.
That's going to be 8 points of slashing.
Got it.
A party that slays together stays together.
Woo! In a sexy way. That's
All
not
of it.
actually
All of it
sexy.
is. All of it is sexy.
There's no
Everything we're
sexy.
doing is sexy. We have older Ravengard.
Good point. Nemea, please do older Ravengard.
You don't even have to ask.
Lazier.
So, okay.
So confused.
Is there any way I could go behind I can go behind them, right? Instead of
Yeah, you
crossing
can
into
step out
this
the front gates into the courtyard
Yeah,
area.
I'm gonna 1, 2, 3 over here, and I'm gonna remember that now I'm level 5. I can roll 2d10 on my fireball
There you
cantrip.
go.
Oh man, I wish I remembered I was level 5 and taking another attack.
Yeah. So I'm going to again try to hurl a fireball over at that scaffolding at them to try to get them to fall on the ground in a pile of fire.
Okay.
And hopefully it works this time. And I don't get... Nope, it's on the floor, so that one doesn't count.
Too bad.
How did you bounce it out of your dice box
She
off the
rolled
table?
it over her dice.
I rolled it over my dice box, so that's an 18 on the die, so that's gonna hit.
That hits this evasive and wily scaffold.
This very evasive and wide scaffolding. And here's a piece of hair that can go back down there. And now I have 2d10.
The old hairy
like
scaffold.
a normal smart person.
Have you tried Harry Scaffold?
Oh,
Is
that's
that like a
gonna be
San
10.
Antonio next time?
So yeah, maybe something's on fire now.
There is a fire beginning to bloom on this scaffold.
Cool. And I only took 4, so I'm just gonna boop, just hang out behind these guys. Oh, your Ravengard, stop.
He's twerking.
He's like, oops, I tripped.
I'm just gonna
Except you're like 9 feet tall.
The trapdoor on the butt of his armor falls open. Oops, can you get that for me?
All you hear is, oh, sorry, that was my booty clap.
It has the same
And it
spell
made
effect
it
as
sound like
Thunder Wave.
That's my turn. Now we're good.
And stinking cloud.
Hey guys, I lit something on fire this time. I did it.
Why is this adventure turning into a Ren and Stimpy episode?
Why wouldn't it?
This time it was something we wanted set on fire.
I know.
Did you say wooden tit?
George Washington. Wouldn't it? Yeah. Outside, by the way, in the courtyard, there are a whole bunch of devils who are rushing to defend the inside of the keep, and older Ravengard's backup dancers are there having a kung fu battle. The number of guys you brought with you is the number of turns they will continue to defend your rear as you are attempting to take the keep.
Good thing I sent my horse away.
Yes.
Buys us 2 extra turns.
So this is the start of round 2. There were 6 that came with you, so just as a heads up, you are on a clock.